He promised it was all in the past. Then I found a birthday card tucked in her journal. Can't wait to spend another secret year with you. I gift wrapped it. Sent it to him. With her return address. We've been married 10 years. My name's Joel, I'm 42, and I live in Fort Collins, Colorado. I work construction, home remodels mostly. I've always been a quiet guy. Not dumb, not weak, just slow to anger. I don't like drama. I don't like yelling. I believed if you treated someone right, they'd return it. My wife, Stacy, she's 38. Works at a credit union. Organized, friendly, one of those people who plans trips and makes scrapbooks out of them. She's got that sweet voice that makes people trust her fast. She smiles a lot. Or she used to. We met in a grocery store. I was reaching for peanut butter. She was comparing 2 kinds of coffee and asked my opinion. It was small talk, but she laughed at something I said and that was it. We dated a year. Moved in. Got married 2 years after that. I thought we were solid. I really did. 5 years ago, she slipped. Emotional affair, she said. With a guy named Derek. Some guy she used to work with before I met her. They started messaging on Facebook. She'd text him at night late. She got weird about her phone. That was the first time I felt it, gut sinking, chest tight. I asked her straight up. She cried. Said it was just texting, just calls, nothing physical. Said she got caught up in it because we were distant. We did counseling. She blocked him while I watched. Deleted the account. Swore she was done. And maybe she meant it, for a while. Fast forward 5 years. We bought a house. Fixed it up. Things felt decent. Not passionate, not like the start, but steady. She'd started acting more affectionate again, like she wanted to make up for lost time. Then came last Sunday. She was in the shower. I needed stamps. She keeps them in the desk drawer in the spare room. The room with all her crafts, journals, junk. I opened the drawer. Moved a notebook, some envelopes, and then something slipped out, a card. Not mailed. No stamp. Thick, fancy envelope. Hand-painted looking card inside. I opened it. Watercolor mountains and a tent. Looked handmade. Inside, her handwriting said, Happy birthday, love. Can't wait to spend another secret year with you. No name. No signature. Just that. I stood there for a minute, staring at it. My hand started shaking. Not out of rage. It was like my body already knew before my mind caught up. I felt hollow. I opened the journal next. Not all of it. Just the last few pages. The ones she had probably written recently. There were entries about E. At first I thought maybe she was writing about a friend. But then I read more. Mentions of Boulder. A cabin in Estes Park. A line. Seeing me after coming back from you always feels like lying to a ghost. I put the journal back. Closed the drawer. Walked outside and sat in my truck. I didn't drive anywhere. I just stared out the windshield, replaying every late shift, every girl's weekend, every time she said, just tired, and turned her back to me in bed. She lied. For years, probably. And she was still seeing him. I didn't confront her. Not right away. I thought about it, sure. I thought about screaming, throwing the journal, asking her how she could do it again. But I didn't want to see her cry. I didn't want her to lie again. I wanted her to feel something real. So I waited. The next day, I pulled the card out again. Slid it into a small box. Wrapped it up with brown paper. Added a note inside. Thought you might like to see what your secret looks like in daylight. Then I found his address. Derek B., still in Boulder. Easy to find, he's a real estate guy now. Had a nice little profile. Clean cut, smiling. Reviews said he was honest, great with families. Funny. I wrote his name on the package. And I wrote her return address. Not ours. Just hers. With her full name. I dropped it off in a blue USPS box across town. 3 days later, everything cracked. She came home from work, white as a ghost. Slammed the door. Threw her keys. I was at the kitchen table. She stood there, shaking. "Did you send something to Derek?" I didn't answer. She screamed. "Did you?" I stared at her. "What did he say?" She started crying. Said his wife opened the package. The card. The note. That Derek was married now, married for a year. His wife flipped. Threw him out. Called Stacy a homewrecker. Stacy swore she didn't know he'd gotten married. Said he kept telling her they were just separated, and that it wasn't serious. I let her talk. Let her panic. Then I stood up, grabbed my coffee, and said, "Secrets have a way of showing up. Even wrapped in ribbon." She looked at me like I'd just stabbed her. I walked out of the room. I could hear her sobbing through the wall. She didn't know it yet, but this was just the beginning. She spent that night on the couch. Didn't come upstairs. I didn't ask her to. Didn't say a word. The next morning, I got up like normal. Made coffee. Toasted some bread. She came into the kitchen looking like hell. Eyes red. Hair a mess. She sat down across from me like we were strangers. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she whispered. I didn't say anything. Just sipped my coffee. "I didn't even know he was married, Joel. I swear." I looked up at her. "But you knew he wasn't me." She flinched. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. I left for work early that day. I needed space. I needed air. I spent most of the day in silence, sanding cabinets at a remodel out in Greeley. Just me and the sound of the sander. When I came home, her car was gone. She didn't come back that night. The next day, I got a call from her sister Megan. "What the hell happened?" Megan snapped. "I don't know what Stacy told you," I said, "but I didn't hit her, if that's what you're thinking. She's at my house crying like she's been run over. She ran over herself." There was silence on the other end. Then, "You sent that card, didn't you?" I didn't answer. "You broke her, Joel. She broke us first. Twice." I hung up. That night Stacy came back. She packed a bag, didn't say a word. Just moved through the house like a shadow. I let her. I didn't stop her. I didn't ask where she was going. But then she paused at the door and said, "I lost everything." I turned from the sink. "You gave it away." She left. The house felt too quiet after that. Too still. But I didn't feel relief. I didn't feel peace. I felt something worse, unfinished. I wanted her to feel what I felt. Not just loss. Shame. Exposure. So I did something I hadn't planned to. I emailed Derek's wife. I found her through his Facebook. She hadn't blocked him yet, but she changed her last name back. Her profile picture was just her and the kids now. I found her email through one of her business sites. She's a wedding planner, of all things. I didn't write a long letter. Just a screenshot. A page from Stacy's journal. The one that said, "Last weekend at the cabin was perfect. He makes me feel seen in a way Joel never did." I added one line below. "In case he says it was all Stacy." No response. But a week later, I heard through a friend who lives in Boulder, Derek moved out. Rumor was, he lost custody of his kids for now. His ex was going for full custody. Then came the call. Blocked number. I picked up without thinking. "You think you're so clever?" The voice was low, pissed. "You think ruining my life makes you a man?" It was Derek. I smiled. "You ruined your own life. You just blew it up. You're welcome." He started yelling. Said he was going to come find me. Said I'd pay. I laughed. "Then I'll send your new wife the next package. Want me to find her too?" Click. He never called again. But Stacy, she did. 2 weeks later. She stood on my porch, hair tied back, wearing that gray hoodie I bought her years ago. She looked smaller. Worn. "I'm sorry," she said. "I know you hate me. But I don't have anyone else." I opened the door, but didn't step aside. "What do you want, Stacy?" "I don't know. I lost my job. People are talking. His wife, she told someone at the bank." I said nothing. She wiped her face. "I can't breathe. I can't sleep." I looked her dead in the eye. "Good." She flinched again. That same reaction like I hit her with a hammer. Then she looked down at her shoes. "Are you going to divorce me?" That word. Divorce. Heavy. Real. I said. "I haven't decided yet." But I had. I just wasn't done yet. She came by a few more times after that. Always looking worse than the time before. Once, she even brought homemade cookies. Left them on the porch with a note that said, "I'm sorry. Please don't hate me forever." I didn't eat them. She texted a few times too. Just short messages. "Thinking about you. I miss our house. Please don't forget the good parts." I didn't answer. Not because I was trying to hurt her, but because I wasn't ready to feel anything soft toward her. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But then something happened that shook me. I came home from work one evening and found the mailbox hanging open. Inside, there was a plain white envelope. No stamp. No address. Just my name written in big block letters. Inside was a photo. A printout. Black and white. Grainy, like it came from an old security camera. But it was clear enough. It showed Stacy standing in the parking lot of a motel. She was facing a car window. Hand on the frame. Leaning in. Smiling. In the driver's seat was Derek. The photo was dated 3 months ago. Way after she swore she ended it. On the back of the photo, someone had written, "You never knew the half of it." No signature. I looked around, checked the street. Nothing. No cars, no people, nothing unusual. I sat on the front steps for an hour, just holding that picture. That night, I finally called her. She answered on the second ring. "Joe? Tell me the truth," I said. "All of it." Now. There was a pause. Then she said, "I thought I could protect you from it." That sentence set me off. No. No more of that fake noble crap. "Tell me what happened." She started talking. Turns out, she and Derek had never stopped. Not for more than a few weeks. Even after she blocked him. Even after counseling. They used email. Burner apps. She got a second phone once, said it was for work. He'd meet her at conferences, random hotels, camping trips. But here's the twist, it wasn't just him. There was someone else. Brief. A guy from her gym. She swore it was only once. But she said it like someone admitting they used to steal candy as a kid. No guilt. Just facts. "You were slipping away from me," she said. "No," I told her. "You were pushing me away so you could fall into someone else." She went quiet. Then she said, "You gonna tell everyone now?" I almost said no. But then I thought about that photo. About the envelope. About the handwriting that wasn't hers or Derek's. Somebody else was in this. "I don't need to," I said. "Looks like someone's already started." She called again 2 days later. Left a voicemail. "You were right. Someone's messing with us." I got an envelope too. It had pictures of my car parked outside Derek's house. From this year. One of me walking out, holding a bag. I swear to God I didn't tell anyone where I was going. Now she was scared. And honestly? So was I. Not because I felt threatened. Because I realized. Revenge doesn't stop just because you feel satisfied. Sometimes someone else picks it up and runs with it. A week later, I got another envelope. Same style. No stamp. Just my name, all caps. Inside was a USB drive. I plugged it into my old laptop in the garage, didn't want anything near my main system. It had one video file. I clicked it open. It was Stacy. In a car. Not ours. Phone camera angled from the passenger side. She was crying. She was yelling at someone off camera. Her words were slurred. She was drunk. You said you loved me. You said you were leaving her. You lied. You always ing lie. Then Derek's voice, low but clear. Get out of my car. She wouldn't. She kept yelling. She clawed at him. Then he shoved her. Hard. The camera dropped. The last thing it caught was the door slamming and her stumbling onto the curb. It ended there. It shook me. Not because I felt sorry for her, not yet, but because someone else had this. Someone had recorded that. Someone was watching them, and me. That night, I finally called the only person who might know what the hell was going on. Megan. Her sister. We hadn't talked since the blow-up. But I remembered something now. Years ago, during the first affair, Megan told Stacy, "If you ever do that to Joel again, I'll ruin you myself." I asked her straight up. "Was it you?" She hesitated. Then said, "No. But I think I know who it is." And that's when the full truth came out. It was her husband. Mark. Mark and I used to be close. We'd drink together during family get-togethers. He helped me retile my kitchen once. Real stand-up guy. Quiet. Observant. Too observant. Turns out, Mark had always suspected something about Stacy. Back during the first affair, he'd followed her once. Saw her meet a guy at a diner. But he never told me. Said it wasn't his place then. But this time? He'd had enough. He found out last year. Saw Derek and Stacy together by chance at a gas station near Loveland. He took pictures. Started watching her. Then he followed Derek. He told Megan, but swore her to silence. Said he was building a file. I didn't even know what that meant. He was doing it for me, he said. Because I deserve the truth, not just her version of it. He sent me the card photo. The video. The motel stills. But he wasn't just watching her. He'd also looked into my life. My job. My hours. My habits. He had files on everyone. Megan said he'd changed. Got obsessed. Mark's not right anymore, she said. This thing was Stacy. It lit something dark in him. So now it wasn't just about revenge. It was about control. About power. I called Mark the next night. He answered like he'd been waiting. Took you long enough. You need to stop. I'm not doing anything illegal, he said. Calm. Cold. Just showing you what was already there. You're hurting people. So did she. So did he. So did you, by letting it happen. That last part stung. I told him to back off. That I didn't want anything else from him. That I was filing for divorce. That I wanted peace. You don't get peace, he said. You get clarity. And you're welcome for it. I hung up. 2 days later, Stacy got fired. HR said someone anonymously sent them a package. Photos. Journal entries. Her work had a morality clause. Image matters when you're handling people's money. She called me screaming. Said I ruined her life. Said I was cruel. I told her. It wasn't me this time. She didn't believe me. Then Derek's wife filed a civil suit, alienation of affection. It's still legal in Colorado. Stacy got served at Megan's place. I heard she broke down in the driveway. I went to see Mark. I had to. Face to face. He was in his garage. Organizing tools. Calm like nothing had happened. You did enough, I told him. Whatever you thought you were helping with, it's over. He didn't even look at me. You'll thank me someday. No, I said. I won't. He looked up. His eyes were dead. Like all the fire was burned out, but the coals were still hot underneath. You had chances, Joel. he said. She lied. Again and again. You forgave. You let it rot. I cleaned it up. I didn't hit him. I wanted to. But I didn't. I left. Filed for divorce the next morning. And then I made a choice. I packed up the house. Sold what I didn't need. Moved out to a rental in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Small place. Quieter. No memories. I left her the house. Not out of kindness. Out of mercy. It's a house full of ghosts now. Full of old lies. Full of that same drawer where I found the card. Let her live with it. Let her sit there every day, looking out the window, wondering if another envelope's coming. Let her remember that secrets don't stay buried. They get mailed back. Returned to sender. With interest. And me? I'm rebuilding. Slow. Simple. But clean. And when people ask why I don't talk to Stacy, or why I flinch when someone says, "Trust," I just smile and say, "Long story." But here's the short version. She promised it was in the past. It wasn't. And I sent it straight to her doorstep. Wrapped with a bow. And vengeance inside.